I've caused you a lot of pain, and I've been really selfish. I guess I got so wrapped up in all this other that I never really sat back and had a chance to apologize to you.
Shar Jackson remembers her split from ex-fiancé Kevin Federline a bit differently than Britney Spears does. And clearly she blames the pop star for everything terrible that happened in her relationship with Federline. When Kevin met Britney, we had 3 kids and 1 on the way, and we were living in a 6-bedroom house in Orange County, California. Jackson, 47, claimed during a recent interview with the Daily Mail. One day when I had bad morning sickness and was about 6 months pregnant, Kevin had an audition for a Coke commercial or something in LA. Then I didn't hear from him for 3 days.
I really do want you to know that I am sorry.
Jackson said she later found out Federline met Spears the first night he went radio silent. I felt angry and betrayed, and I went numb. I went on to autopilot, she recalled. Jackson went on to claim that the singer was aware Federline had a new baby on the way when she started dating him, and even waited outside the hospital while the rapper watched his son Caleb's birth in 2004. Federline also shares daughter Corey with Jackson and helped raise her 2 children from a previous relationship. Jackson's version of events is in stark contrast to the claims Spears made in her memoir, The Woman in Me, which hit shelves on October 24th. I was living in a bubble and I didn't have a lot of good, close friends to confide in and get advice from. I had no idea until after we'd been together for a while and someone told me, "You know he has a new baby, right?" Spears wrote, insisting that she was clueless about Federline's situation. Jackson, meanwhile, alleged that she found out Federline was cheating on her when pictures of him and Britney embracing appeared in the newspapers. She continued, "I think Britney's relationship with Kevin was a fantasy for both of them. To me, anything built on a rocky foundation isn't going to last. And they started rocky because he was in a relationship. I never hated Kevin because if you really love someone, you can't hate them." Spears and Federline tied the knot in 2004 after 5 months of dating. They went on to welcome sons Preston and Jaden in 2005 and 2006, respectively. Although their union didn't last, the duo split in 2006 and finalized their divorce the following year. Spears wrote in her new book that she meant it with all my heart when she married Federline. The Toxic singer said the twosomes' relationship began to sour when Federline became enthralled by the fame and power. She continued, "Again and again in my life, I've seen fame and money ruin people, and I saw it happen with Kevin in slow motion. Federline has experienced mixed fortunes with high-profile women, bearing 6 kids in the process. The former dancer and DJ shares 2 kids, daughter Corey Madison and son Caleb Michael, with ex-fiancé Shar Jackson. Federline also has 2 sons, Sean Preston and Jaden James, with ex-wife Britney Spears. Following his split from Spears, he tied the knot with Victoria Prince in August 2013, and they welcomed 2 daughters together, Jordan Kay and Peyton Marie. Federline said he has worked hard on developing good co-parenting relationships with Jackson and Spears. "You fall into your routine and it's really easy now," he said on Bravo's Personal Space in June 2017. "It wasn't always easy, but it's a lot easier now." He added, "Having 6, it feels like you're trying to control a basketball team, but it's worth it. All my kids are great. They get along." While Federline's brood of 6 is rarely seen all together, he shared a photo of his children lined up from oldest to youngest on Instagram in January 2017. "2017 squad," he captioned the group snap. "They're getting so big. Grandma took this pic at Jordan's first b-ball game Saturday." Prince also posted a picture of the 6 kids in October 2015 when they attended one of her daughter Jordan's flag football games. "Like all siblings and just people in general, these guys have their moments," she wrote alongside it. "But the 6 of them really do love each other so much and they have so much fun together." While Federline and Prince were raising their children in Los Angeles, the couple and their daughters, along with Federline's sons Preston and Jaden, have since moved to Hawaii. In May 2023, Spears consented for Preston and Jaden to move to the island state with their father. A source revealed that Britney has always faithfully supported her children and wants them to be happy. In the past, Shar Jackson did admit that she was publicly humiliated when Federline cheated on her with Britney Spears, but she eventually won an apology from her ex-fiancé. K-Fed admitted behaving abominably during their time together, leaving her for the pop star while she was pregnant with their second child. In July 2004, Jackson said Federline's relationship with Spears wasn't like just breaking up a relationship, it was like breaking up a family. Their daughter Corey was just approaching her second birthday while baby Caleb was still in the womb. The apology from K-Fed during the final confessional session. He insisted he had become the silent mute in the corner during the breakup on the advice of lawyers.
I know I've caused you a lot of pain, and I've been really selfish. I guess I got so wrapped up in all this other that I never really sat back and had a chance to apologize to you.
During the closing of the show Celebrity Fit Club back in 2010, Federline left his ex-fiancée in tears as he admitted, "I've seen her go through so much stuff before the show, and I'm a big part of that." He added, "I know I've caused you a lot of pain. I've been really selfish. I guess I got so wrapped up in all this other S that I never really got a chance to sit back and apologize to you. I really do want you to know that I am sorry." Jackson admitted she was left in a bad way by Kevin and Britney's relationship and told him, "I felt like the whole relationship was not real by the way you handled it ending, and that ked me." And just like her ex, Britney Spears has also had a fair share of dramatic relationships. In her new memoir, The Woman in Me, the Lucky Singer opens up about her high-profile dating history, revisiting everything from her infamous breakup with Justin Timberlake to her passionate two-week tryst with Colin Farrell. Spears' first romance in the spotlight was with the former NSYNC band member, which began in their teens. After their public split, Spears had several boyfriends and got married 3 times, including to Kevin Federline, with whom she shares 2 sons, as earlier mentioned, and Sam Asghari, who filed for divorce in August 2023 after 1 year of marriage. Despite the ups and downs in her dating life, the Grammy winner has never stopped believing in happy endings. Prior to meeting Asghari, Spears told People magazine in 2015 that she hadn't given up on love. "I believe in the fairy tale. Love is a hard one. I don't really understand love as far as relationships. With my kids, it's just unconditional, and that's hard to find. It takes 2 people just loving each other a lot," she said. But let's take a memory lane to find out how Britney Spears ended up snatching people's husbands and dating men half her age. And it starts with Justin Timberlake, the mellow-voiced, award-winning singer and songwriter. It was a match made in pop heaven. Spears and Timberlake first met as kids on the Mickey Mouse Club and began dating in 1999. "I was in love with her from the start," Timberlake said of Spears in 2006. "I was infatuated with her from the moment I saw her." In her memoir, Spears shared her own early recollections of their romance. "Once at a sleepover, we played Truth or Dare and someone dared Justin to kiss me," she wrote. A Janet Jackson song was playing in the background as he leaned in and kissed me. The couple became red carpet fixtures, wearing matching denim to the 2001 American Music Awards and jerseys with their nicknames to a charity basketball game. In March 2002, however, the reigning prince and princess of pop shocked the world with news of their split. Rumors quickly spread that Spears had cheated with choreographer Wade Robson, who worked with both the toxic singer and NSYNC member, though neither Spears nor Robson addressed the chatter at the time. The singer confirmed that they had kissed while she was dating Timberlake in her memoir. After the breakup, Timberlake released his Cry Me a River music video, which famously featured an unfaithful girlfriend who looked an awful lot like his ex. In The Woman in Me, Spears reflected on the media backlash caused by the video, which she says painted her as a harlot who'd broken the heart of America's golden boy, when in actuality she was comatose in Louisiana, and he was happily running around Hollywood. In 2021, Timberlake publicly apologized to Spears after his 2003 interview with Diane Sawyer resurfaced in the documentary Framing Britney Spears, in which he shared details of their life. "I am deeply sorry for the times in my life where my actions contributed to the problem, where I spoke out of turn or did not speak up for what was right," Timberlake wrote on Instagram. "I specifically want to apologize to Britney Spears and Janet Jackson both individually, because I care for and respect these women, and I know I failed." That same year, Timberlake publicly spoke out in support of ending Spears' conservatorship. And though Spears briefly addressed their history in the past, she once wrote on Instagram that despite having one of the world's biggest breakups, she considers Timberlake a genius. She didn't fully open up about their breakup until the release of her memoir. In her book, Spears re-examines some of the most difficult moments of her life, including when she became pregnant with Timberlake's baby and had an abortion. Although the pregnancy was a surprise for Spears, it wasn't a tragedy, as she always expected them to have a family one day. However, she and Timberlake weren't on the same page. Justin definitely wasn't happy about the pregnancy. He said we weren't ready to have a baby in our lives, that we were way too young, she wrote. Following that high-profile breakup, Spears moved on with Colin Farrell. In January 2003, Spears was seen kissing actor Colin Farrell at a nightclub in Los Angeles. Days later, the singer attended the premiere of the Irish Star's film The Recruit and left early. But that night, she and Farrell were seen kissing on a balcony at the Chateau Marmont in Hollywood. "She's just a mate," he told reporters at the premiere. "Seriously, we just met a week ago. We're having a laugh." Spears' publicist added, "They're friends." However, the award-winning pop star later got more candid about her fling with Farrell in her memoir. The Piece of Me singer wrote that after meeting the actor while he was filming the 2003 action flick SWAT, they had a 2-week brawl. Brawl is the only word for it. "We were all over each other, grappling so passionately, it was like we were in a street fight," she wrote. Despite their connection, Spears added that she tried to avoid getting too attached to Farrell when she was still hung up on Timberlake. "As I had before when I'd felt too attached to a man, I tried to convince myself in every way that it was not a big deal, that we were just having fun, that in this case I was vulnerable because I wasn't over Justin yet," she wrote. After the short stint with Farrell, Britney quickly moved on to Jason Alexander. In January 2004, the singer married Jason Allen Alexander, a childhood friend from her hometown of Kentwood, Louisiana. The couple eloped at the Little White Wedding Chapel in Las Vegas. Spears wore jeans and a baseball cap as a hotel employee escorted her down the aisle. Spears and Alexander obtained their marriage license at a Las Vegas courthouse before the ceremony. A source told People magazine that the wedding was a joke that went too far. Just 55 hours after tying the knot, the singer filed to annul her marriage to Alexander. "People have asked me if I loved him. To be clear, he and I were not in love," she wrote in her memoir. "I was just honestly very drunk and probably, in a more general sense at that time in my life, very bored." Spears also reveals in the book that her parents, Jamie and Lynn, were upset about the impromptu nuptials. "They made way too big a deal out of innocent fun," she wrote. "Everybody has a different perspective on it, but I didn't take it that seriously. I thought a goof-around Vegas wedding was something people might do as a joke. Then my family came and acted like I'd started World War III. I cried the whole rest of the time I was in Las Vegas." And it is after that drama that Kevin Federline came in. Spears met Federline, a former backup dancer for Timberlake, at a club in 2004, and it was love at first sight. "Our eyes met, and that was it. We just hit it off right away. I was madly in love with her," the dancer told People magazine in 2008. "Everything just seemed so right. I didn't see it as too fast or too slow." At the time, Federline was expecting his second child with his ex, Shar Jackson, who is now fuming at Britney. Spears and Federline scrapped their plans for a lavish ceremony and wed on September 18, 2004, after 3 months together. "I just thought it would be too much if we had done it when we were supposed to," Spears said of their surprise wedding, originally planned for October 16th. "It became this huge thing and I was like, what are we waiting for? We know this is the real thing. Why not just do it now? That's why I wanted to sneak and do it our little way." Then, in November 2006, 8 weeks after their second son Jaden was born, the singer filed for divorce from Federline, citing irreconcilable differences. 2 years later, the former dancer revealed that the couple had problems, but he wasn't expecting the breakup. "We were having complications, but I was trying to work stuff out with her," he said. "I did everything that I could to cater around the whole situation, built a recording studio in the house, made sure I could always work at home, and tried to help out as much as I can. I don't know. I guess it wasn't enough." In the years since Federline, Spears has dated or rumored to be dating people like Isaac Cohen, Adnan Ghalib, J.R. Rotem, Jason Troick, David Lucato, Charlie Ebersol, and more recently, Sam Asghari. Following the latest burst up regarding Shar Jackson, netizens took to Twitter, some blasting Spears for playing a victim. One such fan tweeted, "Didn't Britney Spears date Kevin Federline when he was engaged to Shar Jackson and she was pregnant with his second child? She claims she was blindsided by the news, but after finding out, you marry this man? She sounds more like a monster than Justin does." With another posting, "Nothing expresses mean girl energy more than stealing a pregnant woman's husband like Britney Spears did with Shar Jackson." Well, do you agree with them? Let us know in the comments.